Hey everybody. I had to get on tonight because I needed to talk to y'all about what's going on, okay? If you have Morgellons disease, you are a sitting target right now. Okay, yeah, we're always a sitting target, okay, because of the nanotechnology, but more so even right now. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. The power companies are ramping up the gigahertz in our smart meters, okay? I know they're doing it here. I don't know if they're doing it everywhere yet, but I know they're doing it here. They've been doing it here for quite a while, okay? I have been testing this, and I have been taking readings off of my smart meters and off the power lines outside and off of the electronics in my home, and I've been doing it long enough now that I know when they're cranking things up. You know, I kind of know what level it's supposed to be at, you know, and I can tell when they're cranking things up. So, I've been experiencing this for a while, and I have been on the phone with the power companies, and they deny everything. Okay, so there's no use in going to them for help because they're not going to help you. But and there was some information put out a couple of weeks ago that I saw a video about a lady who was putting out some information about them going to crank up the smart meters in I think she said October. September. She said September 15th that the kill zones, what she called it, kill zones, where they're gonna slowly kill everybody or fry everybody inside their homes with their smart meters. And she said that September the 15th is when they were going to do the lockdown in the cities. People who live in the cities where the kill zones are. She said they're going to do the lockdowns. And then in October, I think she said in October 15th is when there were people were going to lose internet and phone service, and then they were going to start doing the slow kill. Now, I don't know if what she's saying is true, and I don't know if what she's saying is going to happen, okay? Because honestly, a lot of what she's was putting out there felt to me like it was some propaganda, and she might be part of this fear mongering, you know, where they want to keep people in fear, you know, just so they can lower their vibration and make them sick and all that. But I don't know. I don't know for a fact, but I do know that some of what she's saying is true because people are experiencing it. I'm experiencing it, and other people around me are experiencing it. I have people who are contacting me and saying that their symptoms are changing. You know, their Morgellons seems to be morphing. Or I know I did a video about Morgellons morphing where they said that as they raise the frequencies. As the frequencies go higher, then Morgellons or the nanotechnology in the body can morph into other illnesses and other diseases. And I have had some people tell me that they are having some really bizarre symptoms, some new symptoms, or things that are illnesses that are popping up in their bodies that they didn't have before. And so that's a sign that the Morgellons in the body is morphing. So that's why I'm saying right now, with the power companies cranking things up with the gigahertz and the smart meters, what that means is they're pulsing more EMF radiation through the wiring inside the homes, which comes through all the electronics in your home. So that means your whole home is going to be bathed in this EMF radiation. Okay, that's what they're doing. Now, like I said, I've been dealing with it for a while. I haven't really been sick with any new symptoms because I have been trying to stay on top of what they're doing. I've been trying to kind of watch it or kind of monitor when they turn it up, when they turn it down, and kind of figure out what I need to do, because I've been doing it for a couple of months now. But I can tell when they crank up the smart meters, because when they crank them up, I know that I will start having bad headaches. Okay, and my headaches get so bad they turn into migraines, and it no matter what I take or what I do, I can't get rid of them. That's the first symptom I have when they crank up the gigahertz. is the headaches, and then sometimes I'll get the dizzy and nauseous. And when that starts, when the headache starts, I know they're cranking up the smart meters. So they do it like off and on. They'll crank it up for a while, and then they'll it seems like it'll taper off. I don't know if they're turning it back down or if it's just tapering off for a while, and then it'll start back up again. But I've been trying to keep track of it and monitor when they do that, so I can try to get an idea of what kind of schedule they're on, or how they're pulling this thing off. But they're definitely doing it. And also they say that you can't see or smell it, but that's not true, because in my home, when my home gets full of that radiation smog, I call it smog because it looks like a smog that just penetrates the atmosphere in my whole home. It's a thick smog, and it does smell. It smells like electricity. It's a dirty electricity. I mean, I don't want to say it's got a burnt smell, because it don't smell like it's burnt, but it smells like a dirty electricity. That's what I'm gonna call it. So you can't smell it. If maybe I'm just extra sensitive to it, because I am extra sensitive. I'm a hypersensitive person, so I'm extra sensitive to frequencies around me and other things. So it might just be because I'm hypersensitive that I can smell it and I can see it. But I can definitely see it and smell it, so I know. But usually before I start smelling it and seeing it, I'll start having the headaches first, and that'll be my heads up. When I start getting those bad headaches, that's when I know that they're turning it up, and that's when I will start taking steps to protect myself. And it won't be long after the headaches start when I start smelling it and seeing it in the atmosphere. So what I do is I just go out and turn the breaker off at my power pole. I just flip the whole breaker off, and I leave it off for a while, and I stay outside, and I open the door. I open a door in my house, and I try to let some of the smog out. Or try to turn the power off until it clears out, until most of it clears out of the house. And once I do that, then, like I said, I'll try to stay away from the house for a while and give it time. Then I come back, and it'll be okay for a while, and then it'll start back over again. So it's not a constant thing with them, but they do crank it up often. Okay, so what I want people to know: if you have Morgellons, then you're going to be a sitting target for the power companies in these smart meters, because having Morgellons, you already have somewhat of a compromised immune system already, so it's going to be a lot easier for you to get sick. And you can get sick with anything, you know. You can't just say, oh, it's the coronavirus. Well, because the coronavirus is the frequencies, okay? That's what it is. It's the cranking up, the ramping up of the frequencies. And as we know, when they raise the frequencies, it reacts to the nanotechnology in our bodies, okay? Now, a lot of people are not activated. People who have Morgellons, the nanotechnology is activated in their bodies. So that means they're going to feel it when other people may not, okay? Other people, they might not have any problem with the higher frequencies being ramped up. But if you have Morgellons and you're activated, you're going to feel it, okay? You're going to feel it in your body. You're going to have some symptoms in your body when they ramp up the frequencies. You may not have the same symptoms that you had before with Morgellons, since we know that it's now morphing into different illnesses and different things. So you may have a whole new set of symptoms. You know, you may start having like some stuff going on in your brain. You may feel like you got electrical voltages going off in your brain. I know I had one night when the headaches got so bad, I know I had these, it felt like shocks, these voltage, this heavy blast of voltage just shooting through my skull. And I was like, oh my God, you know, and the headaches were just like off the charts. And so that's another sign I knew they were ramping things up. They were ramping up the frequencies. And then sometimes I get pain in my joints, like I'll have pain in my knees, or pain in my elbows or my shoulders, or the joint. It's like all the joints in my body just start just, aching real bad, and just sharp pains. It's, It's just crazy. You can have all kind of symptoms pop up. So this is a sign that the Morgellons is morphing into other things and other illnesses. So this is a heads up for people who have Morgellons. You're going to have to take extra precautions right now to protect yourself from the ramping up of these frequencies, okay? And if what they're saying is true, and if they do ramp it up to 35 gigahertz in October, which I find kind of hard to believe, because the 35 gigahertz is where you get up into that tipping point where the atoms start spinning in the body, you know, like she said. And then when that happens, you don't get oxygen, you know, and you pretty much suffocate. But if you have Morgellons, it's very important that you do your treatments, do your bathtub treatments in the baking soda or the Epsom salt or the borax as much as you can, and to keep the fungus and the nanotechnology in the body, keep as much of it removed from the body as you can, so you can lower your risk, okay? And also it's important to take the potassium iodide, because the potassium iodide keeps the fungus in the body at bay, okay? We know it's a fungus, so the potassium iodide is an antifungal, and it will keep the fungus at bay, okay? And also the radiation from the EMFs also depletes the trace minerals in the body. So any of the trace minerals that you can take, like well, you kind of got to have an idea first of what you might be low on. But to start off with, iodine, like I said, the iodine is for the fungus. And then the magnesium, it doesn't hurt to take extra magnesium, because everybody's pretty much deficient in magnesium. So I take magnesium chloride, but you can take, and magnesium sulfate, because that's what the Epsom salt is, magnesium sulfate. But you can take any kind of magnesium. Iron, now you may or may not be low on iron. If you're low on iron and you start, if you have enough iron and you start taking it, you'll know right away that you don't need it, because your body will let you know. Potassium, selenium. What you can do is you can get a bottle. They got the little bottles of trace minerals where it's got all the minerals mixed in it. You can get it at the health food store, and just start taking maybe a drop or two of that a day, so you can make sure that you keep your minerals up in your body, because this radiation from this EMF depletes the body of the trace minerals. And that breaks down your immune system and you start getting sick. So that's another thing that you can do if you have Morgellons. You have to take extra steps to protect yourself if you have Morgellons. And I'm saying this because this is a critical time right now. Like I said, I don't know if what this Linda Emanuel said in her video is true about them, you know, about the slow kill. I don't know, but I like to keep myself informed about stuff and what's being said. But I do know that there is some truth to them ramping up the smart meters, because they're doing it with mine. Okay, like I said. And you might want to look out for this yourself. If you start having headaches, or if you start getting dizzy or nauseous, or if you just start feeling like you're low on energy, it could be that they're cranking up your smart meter. Okay, if you start seeing a thick smog in your home, or if you start smelling something that smells like dirty electricity, that's another sign that they're ramping up your smart meter. Now it could be that they're just ramping up mine higher than everybody else's. I don't know, for whatever reason. But I doubt it. I mean, I think they're probably going to go full scale with it eventually if they're not doing it everywhere. But that's the signs to look for inside your home. Sometimes I just leave my home. Sometimes I'll go outside. Like I said, open my doors and go outside. Other times I would just open a door. I just open a door and leave. Just leave for a while, you know, and then come back. But I know. Yeah, I mean, it triggers me now. I know when I have to go turn off the breaker to my house, and I know when I need to get out of my house, because my body tells me when they're ramping things up. So. And another thing, if you, when you turn off the power to your house, make sure that you turn the breaker off to your main pole, because if you just go around and unplug all your electronics, that won't work. Because even though they'll be off, your electronics will be off, that still does not turn off. That don't keep the power company from sending the the magnetic radiation pulses through the wiring inside your home, that is still going on. So, because the power lines are still live and they're still pumping it through your house. So, in order to stop that, you have to turn the breaker off at your pole. Okay? So, don't allow yourself to be a sitting target if you have Morgellons. Take the extra steps to protect yourself, especially this winter, because they know this winter is when everybody's going to be inside their homes trying to stay warm, and this is a good opportunity for them to start cranking up the smart meters and filling everybody's home with this electromagnetic radiation. Okay? Everybody may not see it and smell it like I do. I mean, because if you don't know what to look for, you're probably not going to. You're not even going to notice it, you know. And I wouldn't have known what to look for if I hadn't been doing my research and I hadn't been just putting myself out there to try to find out all the information that I could. So, as I get it, I want to share it. So, this is what's going on with me. They are ramping up my smart meters. It's a possibility they could do it to you, okay? So, this is the signs to look for. And if you have Morgellons, you're going to want to take extra precautions, folks, okay? We're in a war. We're in a battle, and this is ongoing. It's not going to be over anytime soon. So we got to make long-term plans, people. We got to stay heart-centered. We got to stay connected with Christ within us. We got to meditate. We got to pray, okay? We got to stay connected to Jesus if we're going to survive this and get through it. That's all I had tonight. I love you guys. Thanks.